Hello everybody, we are in for a mindful and physical therapy based TRX workout. We're working length and strength, full body, and we're starting on the mat with the TRX in a mid-thigh length. Let's get started. We're facing away from the anchor point, hands in the handles, and we're just starting to move the feet back a little bit so that we can get an adequate resistance to begin. Not too crazy, so we want to feel into the abs, we want to engage glutes, we want to feel the feet grounded, the toes are spread out and awake. We're on the balls of the feet, and then we're gonna pull the arms to our shoulders and then forward and out, and to our shoulders and forward and out. And then start to articulate your feet here, down on the heels if you've got the length to do that, making sure you're not falling backwards. So you really want to keep the weight forward and in the handles in the TRX. That's going to give you some good input into your core. And we're going to push into length and reach. Feeling strong in your center to allow for the length. So the strength really is base for length. To be able to reach out from a strong center, a strong core, a good connection. And then we're gonna start to push back and forward. We're gonna reach all the way and then forward. Reach behind, reach forward and behind. Getting our breath going. Check on the shoulders and keep them dropped far away from your ears. And then really lean in, challenging the core even more. And just a few more, 2 more, and 1 more. And then hold it here. And now just pull one arm back and then switch back and forth, making sure you're keeping the same resistance, the same pressure in both hands all the way through, or else you're gonna end up sawing in the TRX. And reach, reach, reach. And we'll have 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then come back, and then one side and the other side. And I'm walking forward a little bit so my arms are ending up further up. And reach. And then squat down. Strength in the legs, strength in the glutes. And reach, and reach. And try to push into the TRX so you still feel the front of the body engaged, but also have some good awareness in your glutes, engaging your butt, pushing it back in the squat. Four more, 3 and 2 and 1, and both arms forward, and then we're gonna walk ourselves back. Push your butt out to the back and then wrap your arms around and go forward, extend and wrap around, flex your spine and extend. Soft touch in the TRX, so not a lot of weight. You want to carry the weight of the arms in and exhale. And again, we got glute work and we have back extensors, and reach forward and lengthen and lengthen. Reach out of the shoulders. Support with your abs, close the rib cage. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly rolling up. And we're gonna walk forward, holding on to the handles. Walking the feet forward, making sure you're establishing that plank position from your feet all the way up to the top of the head, and then lengthen out with one arm and pull the other one bent. And then switch right and left. And we're gonna reach and row, and reach and row. Working the upper back, working core strength, and lengthen and reach. Working your neck flexors, keeping chin and chest connected as you look all the way up to the anchor point. And we'll have 4 more. 3 and 2 and 1. And then pull up and reach all the way forward. Rolling up, and then step your left foot forward into a lunge. And we have the hands pressing into the handles here. We're gonna lunge, we're gonna lean forward for some good glute activity, and then reach out with the right arm. Only right, and push down, reach. Arms are super active here. Really work the TRX, find the resistance, work the floor. Abs are pulled in, pelvic floor is lifting into your abdomen, connecting all the way up. And 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And then switch to the other side and push. And the leaning forward is going to help you to activate some more glutes and posterior chain, back extensors. Working both butt cheeks. Working your quads, extending through the knees. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then step back a little bit. We're gonna bend, stepping on the left leg, bend the elbows, and we're gonna go into the lunge here and then reach and triceps and lengthen and lengthen. Lengthen. Work your triceps. Work the length of your spine through your legs. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And before we do the other side, we'll take a break from the triceps and do some biceps. And pull. And we're gonna sit down and then lengthen all the way up. And press and strengthen to length. Work that biceps very intentionally, keeping the elbows high, shoulders dropped. And use a strong base from underneath. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll go back to that triceps. My arms are feeling pretty fiery already. So if yours are not, really push it, really work the TRX, find the resistance. We're gonna lunge down and push, and lunge and push. And push it down, and reach, reach. Lengthen and feel it through the whole body. And 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then inhale here, elbows in a right angle. And then exhale, rolling all the way down to lengthen through the arms, through the shoulders, through the spine, relaxing the head down. And then slowly roll yourself back up. And we're gonna lengthen the TRX just to knee height, or maybe a little lower than that. And then we'll bring the left foot in and face sideways. And we'll have left hand here in our hips, And the right arm is going to reach forward, and it's going to reach and reach. Sit yourself far back. Try to engage the strength in your glutes. Feel it in the back and feel some inside thigh on the left too. Feeling stable on the right foot, on the right leg, aligning the knee. And 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And now switch arms, and we're gonna side bend and side bend. Now feel it in the side here. And work the right leg strong as your standing leg, reaching and lengthening through the left. And 4 more. 3, 2, and 1, and then carefully switching, facing away from the anchor point, maybe jumping over a little bit. Now we're gonna reach forward and lengthen here with a lean forward. Again, working lots of strength in the standing leg, in your glutes on the right. With the leaning forward, you do have more weight on the front leg. We'll have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Stepping out, taking the arms all the way up. And then back again, holding on behind you. Take a nice stretch and then reach forward. Arms just pulling with gravity. Release your arms down and slowly roll up. And then we'll face the other way. Right foot goes in. And we'll have the left arm reaching forward. Working the left leg, standing leg, aligning the knee, making sure your foot is nicely placed and your arch supported, inside ankle lifted, the toes widely spread, big toe base, small toe base, heel pressing down as a tripod. And then check on the pelvic floor. Let it be informed by the adductor inside thigh work. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll switch arms and side bend. Feel that side core. You need your transverse abdominis for stability here, so across your pelvis, across from the lower back, wrapping around, closing in the front. We need our obliques. Keep breathing through. We'll have 4 more. And the last one. And then carefully switching, facing away from the anchor point. We're going to lean forward. And we're going to lengthen all the way. And reach. Strong in that standing leg. It's a long set to be on that one leg. I'm sure you feel that. Make sure your head stays aligned. The head usually has the tendency to drop a little too low, so check in with that. And we'll have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to step out, inhale, and have the arms all the way up here, and then stretch to one side, stretch to the other side, and then circle the arms all the way back. And we're going to maybe lengthen the TRX just a little bit, depending on your length from just before. I'll go to a mid-calf length. And then inhale here. Exhale, just rolling down your spine. All the way down. And then onto your knees. And in with your feet. And we'll be on our forearms here. The elbows underneath your shoulders. Forearms parallel if you can. And lift the knees up into a plank. And then we're going to crunch. And really crunch and try to pull your pubic bone to your navel. Deep crunch, deep abs. Try to work the very bottom of your abs too. Definitely closing from the ribs and connecting to your navel too. Stay with it. Keep working. And we have 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Up onto your hands. Inhale here. Exhale, take a nice cat stretch. And take a cow stretch. And one more time, cat stretch. And cow. Last time, cat. And cow. And then stay here in a neutral, all fours. And we're going to lift up here and then extend and lengthen through the left leg, pulling it back and a little clam. Push, a little clam. Now making sure your head is aligned, your shoulder blades are pulled apart. Reach and clam. Reach and clam. Pull the abs in tight. 4 more. 3, 2 and 1. Other side, lengthen. And lengthen and climb. External rotation. And 4 more. Refresh your shoulders, elbows are micro bent. Pulling the head up, last 2. And last 1. And then release down out of the TRX. And sit back into a nice child pose. Letting go of the head, letting go of the neck, the shoulders. And then slowly coming back up. We're gonna hold on to the handles, back onto the feet, and we'll be down here and then reach forward and maybe measuring up here with the space. And now the TRX will be longer than when we started, so you'll be flatter, potentially. Use that and really push into a plank. Slowly speeding it up as you're finding some good energy in the front, some good stability. And working legs and glutes again. We're reaching. Now step the feet together and see if you can reach and reach and reach. And lengthen through the body. Lengthen through that leg. And 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Both feet down, arms forward, and then reach back with your pelvis. Take a nice stretch here. And then back onto the knees. Feet going in. And we're on our hands. We'll do a push-up combination, the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Now lift the knees up and bend, extend, bend, lengthen, and lengthen. Making sure your shoulders stay nice and wide, spread out through the shoulder blades, and work the abs. Keep closing the ribs. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And then release. Sit yourself back. And then come up into all fours, and we're gonna lengthen all the way up and inhale. And then exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And in. And exhale. Other side. And inhale. And then slowly come back and turn around. Well, I'm just going to shorten the TRX a little bit. And then we're going to be on an all fours, walking forward just a little. And inhale here. And exhale, reach the left leg out and push the arm to the side. And inhale. And push. And inhale. Now make sure you have a lot of stability between the right knee and the left hand. And we'll have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And then come up. Turn away sideways. And we're going to lean in here, making sure you get that length out here. Now bring the arm up, and then we'll have lift and lengthen. Make sure the right shoulder is stable so you can put some weight on that arm, on that hand, but still feeling in charge in your shoulder joint. Maybe bringing that right arm a little forward. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then release back. We're going to switch to the other side. We'll have that left arm extending forward, right leg out, arm to the side, and then bring it back and lengthen through the body. Be careful to keep your pelvis centered so you don't want to sit into the left hip. And take care of the right shoulder blade, of the elbow being micro bent, so you're not sitting in the right shoulder either. Four more. 3, 2, and 1. And then release and facing sideways. Leaning in here, maybe the arm slightly forward. Making sure to lengthen all the way through the waist here. And then lift the leg and push the arm down. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then release it into a cross-legged. We're going to stretch forward to release the hips, release the glutes. That was quite some glute work there. And then switch the legs and stretch forward. Much like a modified pigeon or a double-legged pigeon pose. And then pull it all the way back. And inhale here. Exhale, rolling back. Holding it halfway right there. And then we're gonna push over to the right and reach there. Extend that right leg out. Lengthen through the leg. Push with your left arm, reaching over to target your obliques. Hollowing out those abs, really pulling them in. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1 other side. And push. Working deep abs, keeping the shoulders dropped, and lengthen. And 4 more. And then lengthen the legs forward, reach and stretch. And inhale. Exhale, rolling slowly down onto your back. Coming a little closer, heels are going in. Arms are next to you, and we're gonna push up into a hip press. Lengthen forward, pulling back, tapping down. Push, lengthen, pull, and tap. Push up, lengthen. Make sure the ribs are closed here, so you're not pushing through the ribs, but you're using your glutes, your butt, to get you up there. Working really hard in the hamstrings. And lengthen. The lengthening really helps you not to feel too contracted. We'll just have 1 more. And then extend forward, the arms out to the side, and swing right and left. Easing out in the hamstrings, really letting the legs rest in the TRX. And now bring the whole feet in, so your ankles are in the straps, maybe scooting back just a little bit. We're gonna have the hands behind the head, and we're gonna have the heels together, press into the TRX, and pull into a frog as you crunch up. And then knees together, and frog. Pushing forward, lengthen, and pull, and push. So real emphasis on that length. Squeezing the heels. Drawing the ribs in, flattening the abs. You can look down to your abs so you can see what's happening. So you really want to guide them in, hug them into your back. Two more of each. And then release and letting the legs swing. And then inhale here. The arms reaching, lengthening all the way up overhead. And then exhale. Slowly coming up. Trying to reach forward. And then slowly coming back. Inhale, exhale. And reaching forward and come back. Reaching forward. Heavy legs. And really pulling in, curling in. And then we have one more. And then bring the soles of the feet together. And just lean forward. And then release it. Pulling your feet out of the straps now. And we'll have a side plank, half side plank with some help here with the left hand down. So we're gonna lengthen and reach through both legs, and then we're gonna pull to the left elbow and reach and lengthen and pull. Working your side core with a lot of awareness in the right shoulder to be pushed out there, not to be sinking in there at any time. And 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to go straight onto the other side. Left elbow is ready. And reaching out, lengthen and split, and then pull. Check in with your side core, check in with your pelvic floor. And 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And then release. Into an all fours. And then extend your left leg all the way out and inhale. Just lifting your chest and your gaze a little bit, and then exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale. Other side. Inhale. And then exhale. And in. And then we're back onto both hands and both knees. And we're just gonna lift here. Extend out, open, knees in, reach, knees in. And we'll have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And then release. Sitting back into a child pose. And rolling yourself up. And then just extending the right leg out to the side, taking a nice stretch here. Sitting yourself back, stretching your inside thigh, depending on the mobility of your hip. Figure it out with maybe bringing the leg a little further forward or sitting a little further over or back so that you're not compromising your hip, you don't feel crampy. And then bring that leg back in. Extending the other leg out. Taking a nice stretch here. One that feels right to your body, that feels good and helpful. And then onto your stomach. And inhale here. And then exhale. Push yourself all the way back into a nice cobra stretch and lengthen all the way. Let's do that twice more. And then one last. And then abs in to push back. One last big child pose with a deep breath. And then recover from it into a cross-legged. Feel your sit bones pressing down. Feel the length through the spine, all the way from the tailbone up to the top of the head. Shoulders are dropped. I hope you'll feel an inch longer at least after this one. Inhale deep. And then bring the palms together and pull down through your midline. Feeling centered and calm and accomplished. You're all set. You're done. Thank you for joining. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I would love to see you back. There's a super thanks button if you would like, if you can contribute. I would love that, and I hope to see you soon.